If you know anything about the law of attraction and how this reality works, you will never worry about things in the future.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun. So
I just wanted to tell a quick story of a good friend of mine, and I don't know, I guess I'll just go ahead and tell the story, and you'll figure out why I'm telling this story. The dude's name was Jason K, and I met him, I had a solo art show in Niwot, Colorado. And when I was getting ready for the show is when I met this dude, and he was actually going to have a solo show after me. And we started talking, and we just had so much in common because he grew up in the Midwest, so did I. He was a golf professional. I used to be a golf professional. We were both artists, and I don't know, we just clicked. You know, we just clicked and we became friends right away. And he was like a true artist. And what I mean by that is like, that's all he thought about. If I went 2 weeks without talking to him, he would have a new piece of artwork. Like he was always working on something. And they were always really, he was always trying to say something important. And I don't know, I just really dug the guy. I remember one time he was working on this project and he wanted to do this documentary on, donating your organs. The thing is he didn't have the money to make this documentary. So he was going to, it didn't work out because it's illegal. He was going to give his kidney to anybody that needed a kidney and would fund his documentary. His whole thing was just like, all we got to do is make donating your organs, that's the default. So you had to opt out of it. And it just made perfect sense because that's the way other countries do it. And I don't know, he was just really caught up with these people that were dying and they were waiting on organs. And I remember we're driving in the car and I was like, dude, are you sure you want to do this? Like, that's your kidney, bro. Like, I know you're crazy healthy, and he was crazy healthy, man. He was one of those guys where if you went on a hike, like up a mountain, like if you were too slow, he would hike up to the top and then come back and meet you and then go back up. I mean, he was like, he'd go run for like 15 miles. I mean, the dude was a specimen of health. And I remember when we were talking, he was telling me about one of these art projects he did. And one of them was this documentary, and it was on, oh my God, I just forgot his name. The dude that helped people with assisted suicides, KEVORKIAN, I think it was KEVORKIAN. Anyway, his buddy had ALS, and he reached out to KEVORKIAN to see if he could assist him in a suicide. So he was doing this documentary on his buddy that had ALS. And that's when I was talking about the kidney, and I was like, dude, are you sure? And he looked at me and he was like, I've done everything that I need to do. He goes, if I died right now, I would be cool with that. And I was just kind of like shocked. I didn't really say anything, but that's just the way he lived. Then about a month later, he told me, he said, I got some weird things going on. He goes, I've noticed that my walk's different. Like there's something different about my walk. When he was walking his dogs, he just felt different. And he never mentioned anything that he was worrying about or About a month later, he goes to the doctor. And guess what he has? He's diagnosed with ALS. Now, ALS is that's 1 in a million. Like literally, that is such a rare disease to get. And the odds of him doing a documentary on his friend that had ALS and then him getting ALS, I don't know, man. I just found the odds of that happening were just off the charts. And you start thinking, did he create this? Did he vibrate at this frequency that allowed him to also get ALS? The second he was diagnosed, he started going downhill fast. I mean, it was weird because I think he had it for a while and he was able to like keep it at bay. But the second the doctor told him this death sentence, dude, he went downhill so fast. And trust me, man, I did everything in my power to help him. At the end, it was really bad because I just remember giving him sessions and I'm looking at him and he's just like, he was the healthiest person I knew. And here he is and he's just bones and he's just laying in front of me. It was just really sad to watch my really good friend just deteriorate so fast. But I guess what I really want to talk about is when he found out he had ALS, he started doing massive amounts of research. And he found, I think it was 17 people that had cured themselves of ALS. 17 people, man, that's not many. So somehow he was able to find out who these people were, and he contacted every single one of them. He just wanted to talk to them. He just wanted to see how they did it. And do you know that not one of those people that made it through this death sentence of ALS would talk to him? None of them. You know why they wouldn't talk to him? Because they had stared death in the face and they weren't going to allow themselves for 1 second to go back into that state of being where they had the ALS and to match that frequency. Because when you go back and you start thinking about something in your past, you're matching that frequency. To be honest with you, I think that's one of the reasons people are so miserable in their lives is because they can't escape their past. They have something that happens to them that's so traumatic and they just keep replaying it and replaying it. And when you replay those types of experiences in your life, you're matching that frequency in the present and you're only going to create the same types of experiences. I mean, I don't know. And, you know, a lot of people, they just talk about, spiritual bypassing. That's like a dinosaur. And I'm not even sure that you really understand the power of your mind. I don't know. There's something to be learned about those 17 people that have survived this death sentence. Even to help somebody, they wouldn't go back. Not for 1 second to help them. And some people might think that's selfish, man. That's survival on their part. Absolute survival. On the deepest level of them, they know that that's done. They can never look back. Okay, man. It's kind of a downer video, but I hope you guys are doing great. And I will be back to making videos. Actually, I'm already back to making videos. I just made a video like 2 days ago. So I'm taking a break from my project. I think I've got it to the point where I actually just need feedback now to where I can just take a little break, get some feedback, and go from there. Okay, man, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Peace.
Surfing on a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, cause you know this party won't stop. We could never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share it with you. Bass is going boom boom. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy,